Hello, welcome back. Last time I was up in a tree and then I was in space. And I peeled back a few more layers of mystery, but there's a bunch remaining. So I'm here in the hub. This would be universe. I think that's where I want to go. Probably. Because this place was not done. Click the button. And I go to this place, which is larger on the inside than on the outside, maybe? Hard to tell. This is an airlock? Maybe? Whoa. It gets dark when I do that. Alright, so this is the interactive panel where I can mess with those things, but all 5 of those are lit up. I have 2 sketches. The one that's input here is in the wrong orientation, so this would rotate like that. The input that matches what I saw for this would actually be those and this line, but none of these others. So maybe each one of these panels is going to have a different set of things lit up in the center, and I need to find the appropriate one for that, or maybe there is some way to change the center thing that I don't understand yet. Anyway, I just need to look around here. Let's go into this spot, look at a telescope. And I tried to go to the sun. I haven't been to this thing over here yet. Let's go there. Gravity reasserts itself. I'm on this body. Oh, hey, this looks very similar to something I saw in the fire world. I can interact with it. Got it. Okay. Let's go get the key for that. Because I think I know... So if that's the spot, here in the red place, I think I know where to get the key for that one. Now that I'm writing things down, I will write down every clue I find that appears to be a clue. I guess I could have just used the return to hub menu item for this. That's fine. I'm here now. Red, the world of fire. Okay, I see how it is. So we got like... I can't... Okay, here we go. So number 1, number 2 upside down. Okay, and that's the orientation mark. Got it. Those things. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright, writing down. Okay, I have what I think is an accurate picture of that in front of me. So let me see if I understand how to input this. I'm going to assume it's left to right. And just each one alternatingly rotates 90 degrees. Sorry, 180 degrees. Okay, so that's the sound of the other airlock closing before that one can open. Got it. So this was on the red astral body. Over here, which... Mouse inputs, please. Why is this so... Like, okay. So this is sweeping my mouse all the way from the left side to the right side of my mousing area. All the way from the bottom to the top. All the way from the left to the right. That's how far it goes. That is... Whatever my sensitivity setting is, it is multiplied by a very, very small number here. It's a weird, awkward telescope to use. Anyway, like this is sweeping my mouse from the left side to the right side of my mousing area. That's how far that goes. What was that, 2 full rotations? 1, 2. Yeah, okay. But I normally don't move it that far. Anyway, so, you. I guess this is a unique set then. Now there's some overlap. This certainly would be... But also there was one with like a mark there. Okay, so now I'm going to turn this upside down and do 2 on the bottom, 1 in the upper right. Should be you. Turn again. It would be 1 on the bottom, 2 in the upper right. That. Next one would be Okay, so there's never... No, there is one on the left sometimes. So I took the one from the left. Yeah, there's a little bit of a uniqueness problem here. Like, there's some overlap on the markings. Well, let's see what happens when I input it the way I've been inputting it. This would be easier to talk about if I had the diagram up, but like, a mark that's here could be a part of this triangle or the upside down one that's next to it, and I wouldn't know the difference. So there's probably going to be a second part of this. Anyway, so where was I? 1, 2, 3, 4. By the way I'm currently reading, it would just have 2 in the upper right. And that doesn't exist. Okay, so I've already run into a problem. What if I could understand... This is a counting system, so that's a number. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's weird. 9, 10, 11, like that? So 0 through 16, I'm going to assume. Okay. So the first one could be this. The second one could be this. The third one could be either this or this. Let's try just on the bottom. The fourth one... Which mark did I already use? So the fourth one could be U. The fifth one has all 3. So this one. But I already used one on the fourth. So fourth had those. Fifth, therefore, doesn't have the upper left. So I want... something that doesn't exist. Okay, this is complicated. Let's go back one. Let's imagine that I have superimposed on this screen that diagram that we were just looking at. That'll make this easier to understand. So okay, so I have 4 things input here. Okay, so let's get every possibility for each one. So number 1 could be this. And it could be this. So it's one of those 2, depending on whether this mark is part of the first one or the second one. The second one, I'm here, is one of these 2, depending on whether that mark is part of the first one or not. Okay? So 2 possibilities, 2 possibilities. Next after that has either this or this. Okay, so those 2 possibilities for that. Next after that could be U. Could be U. And could also be... So just 2 marks in the upper right doesn't exist. So there are exactly 2 possibilities for that. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. So number 5 could be this. Could be this. And the other variation doesn't exist. So bottom, top left, top right. Bottom, top right, single. Does not exist, okay? So far that's exactly 2 possibilities for each. There are 2 more. Next one is, if it owns all of its markings, something impossible or... Okay, so therefore it can't own all those markings. Is there two upper left, one bottom? There is. Is there one bottom, one upper right? If there is, I don't see it. Okay, so it looks like this one has exactly one possibility, unless I'm missing something. Just one bottom and nothing else. Yeah, it could be that, if the marks are owned by the other ones. Okay. Then the final one is either two on the bottom or two on the bottom and two in the upper left, which doesn't exist. Okay, so I know what the final one is, so maybe I can work backward. If the final one is that, then the two marks in the diagonal line must belong to the adjacent one. And since two marks upper left, one mark bottom, one mark upper right doesn't exist, then this must be two marks upper left, one mark bottom, nothing upper right. Okay, so then so going backward, the next one with the, where am I? Okay, so that's there. This mark must belong to this triangle. So if the upper right single mark belongs to this triangle and it has a bottom one, there is none that doesn't have the top left one, so it has to be this. Okay. Unambiguous. So I've used up that mark. Next, that mark is used, so this is nothing but upper right 2. And that doesn't exist. Okay, did I miss something? Hang on, why couldn't it be because that mark didn't belong to... Could there be overlapping marks? Could there be overlapping marks? Would there have to be for this? Okay, so if I did that... Hang on, is there bottom and upper right single? There is not. Is there bottom single, upper left double, upper right single? Bottom... Where was I? Bottom single. This row. Okay, so bottom 1. 0, 1, 2. Okay. Is there anything columnar happening here? Not really. Okay, which one am I on? Ooh, this is complicated to solve, and I don't have very good visuals for it, so I'm just kind of describing. Okay, so I have an unambiguous single fit for the last one. There is no double lower left, or sorry, double bottom, double upper left, nothing upper right. Therefore, it has to be double bottom, oh, okay, now hang on. No, that tells me nothing. Okay, so double bottom. There might be another layer of knowledge I don't have that I need for this. I don't know if it's just a set of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. A set of 7 I need to input. That seems like a reasonable guess. Okay, so this seems correct for the last one. Then I go backward. There are 2 marks that were not occupied by that must be occupied by this, plus a bottom mark, which therefore must be occupied. Okay, so it's on this row. Candidates are this. That's the only one. It has to be that. Okay, so next one, or previous one rather. No marks that overlap this have been used. It has a bottom mark, so it's in this row. There's a single here, but in order for that mark to be valid, I can't use this, so I have to use that. Okay? And this was where I got stuck last time. So next one, previous one, I need 2 marks in the upper right and nothing else. Row 0, 2 marks upper right, nothing else. That doesn't exist. Therefore, there are overlapping marks. I can make this happen with overlapping marks. So this mark and this mark could be the same thing. I don't see why that's invalid. Unless, like a 2 mark is like 1 in one triangle and 1 in another triangle, which would complicate things further. But let's not go there. Okay, so previous one I've used... Where am I? What did I just input? This? This. Okay, so I used that. Therefore, I need just 1 in the bottom and nothing else. No overlapping with the previous one, so it's just 2 and then 1 in the upper right. Or 2 and nothing. I already have 2 and nothing, so this. So that did use the mark. So I could have this or this. Either one. Neither one is correct. Oh. Okay, so there's a limit. It would appear to be a set of 9. So I have the overlapping marks problem here. I'm going to assume that's a problem because this doesn't appear to be solved. Again, there could be another layer of knowledge to this. So the conflict is... I'm here at position number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If this is at position number 5, and this is at position number 4, the upside down one, there is no valid pair that does not involve... I didn't like miss a marking on my drawing, did I? I'd better check again. BRB. I'm checking this against my drawing, and every line does appear to be in the right place. Okay, so I guess I'll go back there again and try one more time to resolve that conflict, but if it doesn't resolve, then I'll have to assume there's another layer of knowledge I need, or like a different input panel where that would work or something. Because I seem to have logicked my way to that solution being impossible. Because I have my drawing right. Maybe my interpretation is wrong. Okay, so... But there's a clear orientation mark on each one of those. Which is the shaded portion of the upper, you know, this stuff right here. And the orientation mark is present in both orientations of the other one. So the conflict is between you and you. You are sharing a mark, this one and this one. So if I want to delete this mark from you, I would need something with 0 on the bottom, 0 in the upper left, 2 in the upper right, which doesn't exist. What if... Okay, alternate idea. What if one of the marks belongs to you and one belongs to you, and the set is this? Okay, cool idea. Doesn't happen. Alright, what's next to this? Who are you? You are number... 6? You must be number 6. Is there a 2 bottom, 1 upper left? No. So, therefore, that line of thinking is... Wait, hang on, why is this... Okay, that's fine. Wait, hang on, there is one of these. No, there is one of these, right here. That's not it. Wait, but doesn't that resolve... Who is sharing... Why is that wrong? So that would be... number 5 here. And number 4 here. So that mark... it's the upper left, not the upper right. So I would need bottom single, upper right single, which does not exist. Or I would need upper right double, Wait a second. Ah, here's my error. You have a line on the bottom if you are supposed to be number 6. Are you supposed to be number 6? Okay, one line on the bottom. Alright, going backward. You know what? Here we go again. Okay, so final position. Right side up orientation. There's no 2 upper left, 2 bottom. So it's just 2 bottom. Okay. Previous position from there. 1 bottom, 1 upper right. And nothing else. That does not exist, therefore it's 1 bottom. Okay? So I was looking at the wrong position then. Okay, so then bottom and upper right, single, right. Okay, so it's that. Because this mark has to be used by someone. Okay, so it's not, those aren't the marks that I was sharing or something? Was it this and this? Well, it can't have been that, could it have? Maybe it could have? Yeah, it was. Okay, it was those 2. Okay, so that's fine. Previous one from there. I've used up all my marks. And you need to be just 2 upper right and nothing else, and that doesn't exist. It's not upper left, it's upper right. What if I don't rotate and I instead flip vertically? Aha! Yes, I see how it is. This orientation mark is such a way around that I flip vertically rather than rotating 180 degrees. Okay, that's my problem. So we're flipping vertically. Okay, that will make this easier. So we're going to go backward again. Unambiguous. Ooh, is this unambiguous now? Does that introduce ambiguity? Okay, so let's start from the beginning. So first one is one of these 2. Second one, if it's this, is just 2 bottom. If it's not, it's 2 bottom, 2 upper left, which doesn't exist, therefore it's just 2 bottom. Okay. Next one. 1 bottom, possibly 2 upper right. That does exist. The next one after that, if it was that, would be 0 bottom, this row, 1 upper right, nothing else. Okay, that exists, sure. That used the mark, so next one is 1 bottom, 1 upper right. And that doesn't exist. Therefore, something is wrong. Okay, so let's go backward. So 1, 2, we got, so if bottom and not upper right, therefore bottom and upper, double upper left, no bottom, double upper left. Okay, that yes, that's fine. Okay, next, I need all 3 singles or this one. So one of these 2. Let's assume I use all 3. The next one would require 1 bottom, 2 upper right, 0 upper left. Exists. Or 1 bottom, 2 upper right, 1 upper left. No. One bottom, 2. Okay, so there are 2 possibilities here. Let's go forward with this one. Hang on, but it could also be... It could also be something else. I've already used this, so this is wrong. Okay, so back up. I had input you recently, right? Okay, so other possibilities for you are this. Or flipped vertically, that is this one. But that's invalid, because I also need 2 bottom, which I already had. Does 2 bottom, 1 upper left exist? It does not. Okay, so for that to be unique... Alright, what if they share? 2 bottom, 1 upper left doesn't exist. Okay, so this final position has nothing in the upper right. And it has 2 on the bottom. Wait, was I going backward this whole time? So one way or another I have a conflict. If I'm flipping vertically, there are 2 positions that have 2 on the bottom. One has 1 in the upper left, one has 2 in the upper left. Both have 0 in the upper right. And neither of those exists. 2 on the bottom, 0 in the upper right, always has 0 in the upper left. Okay, well that seems like a problem. So I understand my orientation mark now, but why this conflict? If 2 separate ones must be... Wait, no, this is rotational, isn't it? No, it is rotational. No, I was wrong about the orientation mark. It has to be rotated. Okay. This is not flipped. Yeah, this is... Am I reading this right? I'm reading it right. One more time. Those orientation marks. I drew them right? So right here. In all of these cases, it's sort of slanting from top left to bottom right. Top left to bottom right. That is what I drew, and if I rotate this in my hand 180 degrees, that is still top left to lower right. I guess I'll do a triple check that I got the right marks here. So this one, check. This one, check. These 2, check. This one, check. These 2, yes. This one, yes. This one, yes. 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 Yes, and nothing extra. No, like, wear markings on this rock to make me think that, like, a little piece fell off or something. Okay, well, let's go back there and see if it can resolve rotationally one more time, I guess. You know what? Let me take a moment and, like, look around this a little bit. So we got a wire going from here to there. Like shiny glass insides on this thing. I can kind of cheat my way up there and see if there's a panel in the inside. Okay, got it. Clearly when I solve this, that door will open. The wire goes in here to behind this puzzle. That is not a form I think I recognize. Neither of those is. This is inactive. Okay, that wire appears to go there, probably. Can I interact with you? I can. Whoa, okay. Well, that's an adventure for another day. Just trying to get this one thing done, and it's pretty tough, actually. Alright, starting over with rotation. So, one more time. So if I'm rotating, the 2 with 2 on the bottom exist... Okay, so there is no 2 upper right. Or, sorry, there's no 2 on the bottom with nothing in the upper right, unless there's also nothing in the upper left. So the one at the end... Or sorry. No 2 on the bottom with nothing in the upper right without... Anyway, so the one at the end is definitely this. We know that. I assume I don't have to input these in the right order, I just have to have the right set of 9, probably. So working backwards should be just fine. So the other 2, the other one with 2 at the bottom, if this is unique, must be this. So I am sure that these 2 are pressed. With this rotation rule, that has to be. Okay, so that's numbers 2 and 7. counting left to right, starting at 1. So numbers 2 and 7. Counting left to right, right side up, starting at 1. Okay, so then, that unambiguously says that position 1 is this. Okay? So then I just need positions 3, 4, 5, and 6. So 3 has 1 on the bottom. Appears to have 2 in the upper right, in one orientation. 4, right next to it, has... Oh, there's a nothing here, by the way. Okay, so I could do one with no markings at all if all the adjacent markings use them up. So maybe position 1, 2, 3, 4 is a nothing. If this... Yeah, what if position 4 is a nothing? Is there a 2 upper left, 1 bottom? There is. There we go. That's it. I made it work rotationally. Okay. Just noting that there was one with 0 marks. Okay. Woo! That was fun. This is inactive. I probably need to, like, do something with this thing that I have no context for in order to activate it. How does this work? Again, this is probably an adventure for another day. I solved that puzzle. And I guess I'll be satisfied with that for now. Alright, so here's the form of this puzzle. This does not appear to be clue, this appears to be place to input. Okay, so just to get an idea of what's going on, let's take a super quick tour of other places I could visit here. Just so I know the format of, things here. I think the key to this, to actually rotating good, is to look down away from the sun for a moment before I do it. Sometimes. Okay, so have I been to this blue thingy? I don't think I've been to the blue thingy. Full of ice. Okay, so that's a similar form to the thing I was messing with. There's another circle projected on the wall. There was one of those in Air World that I did not... Whoa! Whoa. Okay, so that's here. So blue thing and red thing both involve those shapes. They both look like places to input a clue, not a place where a clue exists, but maybe neither of them has a clue. Maybe you just have to figure out from the form of the puzzle what to do. Maybe. I was definitely there, and I think I solved everything there was to solve there. I was at the cube, I solved everything there was to solve there. Nope, this just is a nightmare to rotate no matter how I do it. And that's everything that exists. Okay, so now we know. It's possible the clues for those things also exist elsewhere. Whoa, why is my rotation suddenly good? Oh, it's inverse. I rotate slow and it goes fast. I rotate fast and it goes slow. What? Okay, so dragging my mouse fast from left to right does that. Dragging it slow from left to right does that. What? It's inverse sensitivity. That's wild. So go slow to go fast. That's the key. Okay. Whoa. That's super weird. Okay. Well, I figured it out at least. Okay. So anyway, I solved one thing, but it's part of a larger puzzle and I don't have the other pieces. I could play with those other pieces some, but maybe I'll be satisfied with what I've done and look around at some other stuff because there's more to do in Air World. I don't think I have the means to do this right now. Like, I don't have other inputs to mess with how that is. Like, maybe this is a superimposition? But if it's a superimposition, then why do I only have 2 of these lit up on it? I don't know. I don't know. There's something more going on with pretty much every puzzle in here, it seems like. So I suppose I've done as much as I can do here, maybe? I mean, I'll play with the two shapes puzzles that I looked at very briefly here at some point and see if I can do anything with them, but I think it might be more fruitful to explore elsewhere. Alright, well, I'll go back to the hub now. And I'll see you next time to revisit some of these other worlds and see if we can find other things to do there.